all of us have this exciting chance when a band that you really love can come and visit you. I got a chance to interview Fallen Letters. Fallen Letters is a dynamic alt rock metal duo based in Bangalore that delves into the deep essence of these genres, drawing inspiration from influential acts such as Deftones, Opeth and Katatonia. They channel their passion for alt, prog rock and metal. I really do love this band. From when they've started, I've been really deep into their music, the kind of tones they craft, amount of detail that goes into each of their little nooks and crevices, all of the kind of music that they love, that they are passionate about. Without further ado, now for the interview. Alright, welcome to this interview. So everybody always wants to know the origin. You all seem like nerds, so where did you actually start the band and the concept of this band?
When did we start it? It was never officially started. Like me and Aditya used to just compose together and write some riffs or chords and stuff like that. And then finally we wanted to maybe release this stuff, so we wanted a name. Maybe like, it's been 2 years I guess since the name came into the picture, but 1 year since we started releasing stuff. So yeah, that's how we've always been composing since like 2019, 18, around that time. So finally we just decided to release the music, so we made Fallen Letters.
So you've already been a successful solo act, alright, as an independent musician, and this is your first foray as a band, like as a professional band. So how does that shift feel? Because now you're playing with 3 more players. There is percussion, there is different kinds of bass. You're not programming everything. So how does that feel now?
Feels great, very organic. The feeling of jamming together is really nice. And it's more, I guess, much more difficult, definitely. Because solo, you can just do everything yourself and it's easy. But when you have others' inputs also, it's pretty good in a way, but also complicated. But it's nice. So Aditya, you have also recorded with Vishal before, and yeah, I think some of your solos are there in his music. But then, is this your first time recording for a band? And how does that feel for you?
Yeah, it's definitely my first time recording in a professional setup. I find it easy, but I think Vishal will have other opinions. I'm perhaps not the most perfect or clear from a production perspective, but I enjoy it, and I strive to making the best like melodies and ideas, but I surely need to work on some technique and timing and all that. I guess it's all a work in progress. Vishal could add on if he wants.
Yeah, Vishal, you can definitely, if you want to counter his points, you want to be like, you know what, I'm going to checkmate you. You shouldn't have done that. You're downgraded too. You don't want to do anything like that, right?
No, that's
okay. And Abhay, you're originally a guitarist, but
Yes,
you
I
play
am.
bass. You're a multi-instrumentalist. You're
I
very
wouldn't say
talented. We know this.
multi-instrumentalist. I used to be a guitar player. I mean, I still am a guitar player. I'm well in the scene. I play with 2 other bands, which mainly plays like mainstream music. So I think the whole idea, and I think the first time I think was around February or March of last year when Vishal said that they're working on some new music, and he used to send me demos like before, like it wasn't like a thing yet, because right before the band was in, he was just send me, this is a new track we're working on, and we're going to get this mixed. So he used to send me like, this is the first iteration of the mix, how does it sound, and I used to really enjoy it, because it's like because I don't know if the others know, Adi is my cousin, and that's how I got to meet Vishal, I think back in 2020. Right after the lockdown was over, there was a show, and then that's where we all met. So ever since, like we've been great friends. So, and yeah, Vishal used to send in music, and we used to check it out, and I used to like give input saying this is not right, I mean, this would sound better if it was this way.
Yeah, so nepotism has its advantages, kind of thing.
No.
But it worked out for the best, because you are programming. I mean, most of their bass was programmed, and then you have added a lot of live parts. So how does that feel? Because now you are adding your own mix to the sound. It has its own natural feel, and you like to improvise on stage. So
no, I think I'm really grateful to Vishal and Adi for like giving me the opportunity, because mainly like they could have gone to any other bassist that is there. So, but I don't know, like the first jam we had was I think the music video for Remain a Memory. So that jam, like for some reason just fit really well, and ever since they've given me the freedom to this is the track, you can do whatever you want with it, like take it, make it your own track, make it feel like home. So I think that's one really good thing, and I appreciate this the most about them, that I have the full creative freedom to do whatever I have with what's existing.
And Mukund, you are, for the uninitiated, so Mukund has recorded the drum track only for Beneath the Opaque Veil, and he joined the band as a live drummer. And we don't still know if he's part of the band, but I think he'll get to. He definitely is. Yeah, I think. See, on camera he's got a confirmation. But what has been your take playing live? Because you've played live before, but probably in college gigs and all of that. But this is your first time actually after Rhetoric. We'll leave that dark part behind. But let us know how you feel playing with Fallen Letters.
It's great.
Saitan.
Can you please just...
Okay, in all seriousness, compared to my previous experiences, this has to be the best band I've played in. And, even the music, I feel it when I play it. So it's pretty good. So, the best part is whenever I play a song with them, they give me, the freedom to be who I am in the song. They don't tell me, like, obviously we work as a band, but they let me, give my ideas and everything. So, and that's like a drummer's dream, because a lot of bands don't allow that. So that's pretty cool. So till now the experience has been great, and I'm looking forward to playing live, which I'm really looking forward to, and writing new songs with them. So that's how.
Yeah, so inspiration wise, there's always, everybody is like, oh look, they've stolen another Opeth riff and all of this. But all bands always have this the hidden inspiration layer where you don't really know which band or which artist it comes from. So is there someone uninitiated that you don't know, that the audience might not know, okay, this is a band or artist I like and I really take inspiration from them, and you might not hear it in my music, but it's definitely there?
Okay, maybe in terms of vocal melodies it might be unexpected, but I used to listen to a lot of Backstreet Boys. But I loved their vocal melodies especially, and their lyrical style. Sometimes I do tend to deviate towards that. I guess everyone has had experiences, but and in metal, I think we've been pretty much open about what we like Katatonia, Opeth, and Deftones. Yeah, that's about it. Mainly those bands for like these acoustic stuff. Also, like Our Own Demise probably is inspired by some Backstreet Boys song with the lyrics as well. So yeah, I have a mix of inspiration. I listen to everything, but that could be one band which people wouldn't expect, which was an inspiration.
So another very important question for all of y'all is that most importantly, all of y'all are very good boys, okay? Let's be very honest. You're good boys. You'll sit at home. You'll eat your food. You'll go to sleep on time. At max, you'll game and all that. But then, if you look into the kind of lyrics you write, there is a deep contrast. So, what is that positioning that you move into to write lyrics like this? Let's say, for example, Relapse, because that's dark as shit. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I guess I take inspirations from others as well as some of my personal experiences. So, I tend to deviate towards darker music, because I feel, I don't know, I think it's like it portrays some realities of life. And most of the bands I listen to is also pretty dark. I just hate happy music. I guess Steven Wilson will agree with me. I'm not sure. But yeah, like sad music is my thing. So everything I've listened to, most of the songs, probably 90% of the songs in the world are about breakups. So it's easy to write. But Relapse specifically, it's just related to everyone's addictions. Everyone has their own vices or addictions. So it was just related to something where you tend to fall back into it. So yeah, it's some personal experiences as well as experiences around me.
And Aditya, you have been writing solos now specifically for this. So these are all original solos, right? So where do you instantly tap into? Like if I have to analyze a song from a soloist perspective, you want it to be memorable. You want people to be able to sing the solo. So then what is that position you go into? Okay, this is the artist that I know has the kind of solos which I can sing in my head. So I should kind of play it like them. Even though you have your own style and you've developed your own way of shredding through, and then you suddenly go into a softer lead.
So I think my go-to artist would be Marty Friedman, because I just love bends in general and all the slides and melodic parts. So yeah, I think that would be my what would Marty kind of do. But then I go all over the place. I like a lot of Middle Eastern type of scales and that type of music as well, and I listen to a lot of Indian stuff as well. So it's a bit of everything, and I think that comes out as well. So yeah.
And Mukund, you have a very wide range of drumming techniques and artists that you're inspired by. You listen to AP Dillon, and then you love to play Red Miso by Matt Garsko. So like
Not really, but yeah.
yeah, no, but it shows like it shows that you like to experiment with this kind of stuff. So now, what is it that you're currently jamming to that you think, you know what, this helps me get in the groove for Fallen Letters, because that's the kind of music they have.
So as Vishal said, his inspiration, people might not expect this, and I think it's the same for me, because when I warm up, I actually listen to Punjabi music, because the songs. So hear me out. The songs are really locked in with the metronome.
That's
so
right.
you can be so tight while practicing and warming up. So that really helps. And I love Punjabi rap in general, the modern music. But yeah, I love listening to almost everything. So that's...
Yeah, and in terms of playing live, I think the amount of experience Abhay has is going to translate really on stage, because this is where you get to choose the direction, where you're the steam engine when it comes to live performances. So what is it that you see happening live as a continuous mistake artists make that you really can avoid right now playing with Fallen Letters?
I think most bands that are trying to play live now is I think the financial part is more to it, because they want to play live so that they can get something out of it, right? So in that midst, I think the bands forget to overlook their tech and how they set up and go about, because I think that's a very crucial thing, because I think in today's day and age where visuals and audio is the most important criteria, many bands lack the sound. So I think a good sound with where your tech is sorted, like you don't have to see in the end, obviously there are going to be some things which will not be up to the mark, which is from your end. But I think if a band I think what we are working on right now, we have our tech sorted. We are working with another audio engineer who's going to be helping us with the sound in the live shows. I think that will overall increase the experience of the listener and the band as well, because good sound is what caters to the audience again. It's you need to remember that show because of the sound and the visual.
So you all have a very massive shift, especially from maybe let's say a song like For a While, and then you shift to Beneath the Opaque Veil, which is a very, very heavy and dark. So even in terms of lyricism, where do you see yourself shifting your lyrics? Because it's not like it's the same lyrics will work, because For a While is a pained heart and Beneath the Opaque Veil is a sinister demon guy who chases innocent people down the street. So when you tap into this, how are you writing the lyrics? Do you already write the lyrics and this is going to be a very, very heavy song?
No, it's the other way around. So the music comes first, and then based on how it makes me feel, I tend to deviate the lyrics towards that. So for Beneath, I guess it is more of a formation of a story. I also like to have characters and write something about them, and I've always been fascinated with a lot of serial killer shows and things like that. So that song was the perfect vibe for something which was ominous or very dark. So that's what I tapped into to write lyrics for that. Something about a dark character who is into different things.
Yeah, let's just thank God that Vishal is a musician and nothing else. for all we know. Another thing about your music is this is your first EP, and you obviously have plans to write more music. Also, there's an important aspect of you being a solo musician, right? So do you see that kind of intersecting somewhere to maybe bigger shows and okay, I'm going to open as Vishal Naidu and then it's going to be Fallen Letters, or is the other way? We don't know.
But yeah, hopefully. I've always wanted to play live but never had the experience. So joining the band and also Abhay and everyone else pushing us to play live was definitely something which was needed. Because me and Aditya always tend to, just sit at the studio and play. We don't come out as often. But I eventually would like to also play live as Vishal Naidu, probably close, at least now. But yeah, you never know. But yeah, maybe we can plan some tours, because the music has some form of an overlap. I think there's some overlap of the softer side of the music there, which I tend to use in Fallen Letters. So it might definitely fit. So let's see how that goes.
And as a group, you all are performing for the first time live on 21st of July in Gilly's, fandom Gilly's in Koramangala. Now, you all have already seen the stage, you all have seen the setup, you all have seen thousands of live shows, right? What is the kind of vibe you want to put out? So are you going to go heavy first, you all destroy your skulls, and then we'll lead you into a soft coma kind of feel? Is that what you're going for? You're you know what? You don't know, but you're walking towards the pit and you're going to fall in there. There's probably going to be a bear and a tiger and cheetah kind of trying to maul you. Is that like you don't know the switch, or are you gonna put it smack in the middle where you're like, oh shit, I didn't expect it from either side?
Yeah, I think that's probably going to be a surprise, but it's something which people wouldn't expect. We want to not keep it the usual way, but we want to keep it as the atmosphere as dark as possible, to give the people to something to remember, like lights wise, visuals, everything. Song wise, yeah, we may mix it up, but that's probably a surprise.
Yeah, I think people have to come to the live show to watch.
Exactly.
Please understand, you have to come to the live show to really experience how they are. Now, I've observed all of this in Jam Room. I know some of the songs, but I'm not going to tell people what you're covering. Maybe paying some homage to certain bands that you'll really, really love, and you think that it fits your sound and fits the kind of vibe that you're going for that day. Now, I just want to move into the most nerdy part of y'all being musicians. So now it's time to talk about your gear. What is it that you prefer using? What have y'all moved towards live? And because two of y'all are performing live for the first time, you all have some preferences where you know that, okay, this can definitely nail the tone. So what are you going for the gear currently, Vishal?
So I recently got the Quad Cortex, which is probably the best processor or modeler out there right now, and I'll mostly be automating all the patches because as a singer I'd like to focus on the singing and the playing as compared to switching. So that probably is the best possible thing right now, and the Quad Cortex has amazing tones. So I used to use some plugins on Mac before, but it's good that I have a separate unit for the sounds. So yeah, that's how we are going to be planning that out, at least in terms of tech. It's going to be the quad, using the MacBook for some backing tracks and the patch shifting. So that's the main tech, at least what we're using. Vocals also, I'll probably run it through the quad, but I'm not sure yet.
Yeah. I think few more jams and you'll know.
Yeah,
I think
figure out.
Yeah. And Aditya, what about you? You are the lead guitarist. So at one point during the show, there's going to be a big shiny spotlight all over your face and forehead and knees, and you're like, oh God, this is my moment to shine. And at that point, what is the kind of gear you shift into?
Yeah, so at the moment, I'm running through a Line 6 and it's got pretty good tones. But I think we will run that through the Quad Cortex. We're just finalizing on that because the Quad Cortex tones are, I guess, second to none. I think from a guitar wise also I have to mention both of us use PRS guitars. They're also second to none. So tone wise and guitar wise, those would be it.
And Mukund, we all know that your kit is already just provided on stage. You don't get to do your customization. So you tell me, what is it that you love carrying? You're like, without this, the show can't go on.
So for me, it's just my sticks and my pedals probably. Right now I'm using a very basic pedal. Usually at my home setup I use much superior pedal, but I like to play on some entry level pedals. You should be able to play on any pedal. Pedal should not be the limiting factor. So that's how I see it. So yeah, so for the live show I need my pedals and my sticks. That's about it.
And Abhay, what about you? Because you are mostly focusing through a guitarist perspective, like you said, but you want the bass to be really, really thick and heavy, and it should land on people, right? Not just get muffled or hidden. And then people like, there's a fourth guitarist which we don't know what he does in the band. You don't want to be that person. You want the bass to be recognized in the song. So what is the kind of setup that you use?
So I'm currently going to be running my Line 6 Pod Go. It's a great processor for guitars and bass as well. So that's going to be running, the bass is going to be running into that, and the processor is going to be running into a Mark bass 4x12. So I think from the perspective of low end tone, it's going to be really thick and tight. It's going to make the edge over there. And overall tech wise, I think all of us are sorted in one or the other way because we've tried replicating the EP as much as possible, trying to make it as close as the EP for the best experience. So yeah, but like you're saying, 21st of July, if you guys come down, you're going to have a very good experience.
Yeah, so that's the PSA. The band is going to say it together because they probably didn't plan it. So they're going to say it together. On 21st of July is a show in Koramangala, Gilly's. The tickets will be live soon and you'll need to immediately go and purchase it. We are aiming to pretty much sell out Gilly's, and probably we'll hire out the first floor and ground floor also. You can maybe listen to it on your phones, but it doesn't matter.
We'll live stream.
Yeah, so it's going to be really fun. But yeah, thank you so much for allowing me to watch this today, and thank you all for explaining all of this about music, even though I don't know any of this Line 6 stuff that you all said. But it sounds really interesting because I don't know about the first Line 5s also. So 6 must be the best. I don't know if there's 8. I really don't know these things, but it's been really interesting.
It's a show you don't want to miss.
Just for for like maximum effect, you all need to put the metal horns up and call people for the show of their lives, which they'll never forget, because there are some great opening bands. There is obviously the star of the show, Fallen Letters, and there's going to be like a lot of fun original music being played as well as good covers. So yeah, see you all on 21st of July, and thank you all for watching.
Thank you.
Bye.
Guys.